Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI with me, Get Daved. Last time we completed Locke's scenario, rescued Celas, and now we're going back to the river. Throw it in the river! No, these guys. Yes, now we have the grueling challenge of taking them out without having Sabin in the group. Now, Sabin's useful, but we've got Banin, so it doesn't really matter how these fights go or what we do. Yeah, that all you got? And that's pretty much how all the fights go. You'll get into about 3 of them. And then we'll be at just outside of Narsh. Also, a person asked, I guess yesterday, from when I'm recording this, so probably 3 or 4 days ago, or maybe centuries ago from your point of view, why is it labeled Final Fantasy VI, and why do I sometimes call it that, and why does the title screen say Final Fantasy III? It's because both labels often refer to the same game. We can't get in the front of Narsh here. That wasn't me, that was my cousin Bera. If you don't, I'm gonna beat you up some more. Why don't we kill them all? They're wimps. Only part of it's your fault, Terra. And even that, I don't think she's that guilty of anything. Had no control over a situation. If you really took a pounding on the Let River, you can drink the water here. You can drink the Kool-Aid. Great room if you just want to listen to the prelude as well. Yeah, that's a real telltale sign of Locke. Always hiding switches in rock walls. Like that one. So anyway, back in the day, Final Fantasy games were not all released in North America. Final Fantasy I was very successful in Japan, was released in North America, was also successful. Final Fantasy II and III for the NES were both Japan-only titles. Final Fantasy IV was then released under the name Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy IV Hard Mode in Japan, because there were 2 versions of that game of differing difficulties. Or it might have been Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy Easy Mode, or Final Fantasy IV USA, I think is actually what it was called. Anyway, the easy version of the game came out in North America. Now I just got all confused. Yeah, this is good. Final Fantasy V was then released, called Final Fantasy V, but only in Japan, because it only came out in Japan. And just to clarify, FF4 Easy Mode, or USA, was released over here as FF2. So to hide the fact that they hadn't released the real FF2 or FF3, they just changed the numbering system. Follow the light in the exact path it took. Well, I'm glad we took this time to talk about it, and now I forget the pattern. Final Fantasy VI was released in Japan. Oh, you know what, you guys should see what happens. If you do mess up, it surrounds you. If you time it just right, you can escape. Or if you don't time it right, you get to have a relatively easy fight. Mediocre rewards. Anyway, FF6 was developed in Japan, released as FF6. They brought it over here as Final Fantasy III, again to hide the fact that we'd missed half the games in the series. When it came to FF7, they finally cut the crap. Use the unified branding for all. So our Final Fantasies over here went 1, 2, 3, 7. Which, incidentally, is how I counted for the first 20 years of my life. After that, they started releasing the other games in the series. There's the on other platforms. Final Fantasy Origins came with 1 and 2. PlayStation re-release. They re-released FF4 for PlayStation as well, with Chrono Trigger, I think. 5 and 6 were released together as Final Fantasy Chronicles. And then FF3 I didn't think actually got a formal release over here until the DS remake, which is a not bad remake. Actually, I like the Final Fantasy 3 DS remake better than the FF4 DS one. I screwed around with the game mechanics less. The FF4 DS remake is well done, but horribly imbalanced. Moguls! It's Mog, everybody! Incidentally, if we look on that spot where Mog is standing later on, we'll find a Moogle charm. Rune Edge. Now, depending on your school of thought, you may love or you may hate the Rune Edge. It always gets critical hits, but expends a small amount of your MP. I think it's percentage based, so it's going to be something like 16 hits no matter what. Some people like them. The quote, best weapon in the game also has that property. It's just a matter of opinion. I don't really care for the Rune Edge, although the other 2 weapons in the game that have this property I don't mind. If you have no MP, it will not get a critical hit. If you're trying to do a time attack of Final Fantasy IX, though, to get the Excalibur 2, there's a special move you can get that lets you expend some of your MP for a critical hit. It's good in that game. Alright, and we've made it back to Arvis's house. Town's neutral. What makes a man turn neutral? But they were committed to neutrality? Espers! And when, you know, they got raided. Yeah, it went really well last time she met it. What did it wear? Again, I don't think you guys really know what happened last time, but I guess Terra has no memory of it. Woo! Give yourself 5 points if you imagined a little bit of sunglasses being taken off action. CSI style. What dire fate has befallen Sabin? Oh, you know, not what fate. We're pretty sure it's grim news coming here. To be fair, he has a pretty tough road ahead of him. Washes up at the north end of the river all by himself. Narsh is just... well, actually, it's quite far to the left, but it's there. Oh, this music. I own the dry goods business out here. You're not from these parts, huh? I will see your goods and raise you 2. Running low on plumed hats, so I'm going to buy 11 of them. 2 just to be safe. And shurikens. I'd say picking up about... well, you know what? They're 30 gil. I don't really recommend having too many of these on hand, unless you're really into it. They're okay. And sprint shoes in case you need them. Edgar and Terra both had sprint shoes all this time. Oh no. Well, now I have more sprint shoes than I'll ever need in the game. Give yourself a lot of points if you caught that. I'm gonna say 10. No, you know what? 20 points. 20 points if you caught that insane mistake of mine. Well, I suppose we should address the elephant in the room. Uh-huh. Okay. Are you gonna kill me? Never really understood why Shadow helped him here. That part's true. You might lose him after one fight. Oh, okay. The Reapers would step on. I wish you'd told me that before you volunteered to come along. Plumed Hat to help him out, and we're actually going to take his ninja gear. Hey Shadow, thanks for coming along. Let's see those shoes. And the shirt. And now the pants. Ah! What? Boulder Dash. Tossing me onto the veldt. Yeah, screw that crazy old man. See what else is going around here. Sure. Okay, I kind of expected more to happen than that. Yeah, sure, I'm the clockmaker. One, 5, 10 years. Oh no, the grass is as tall as your house. Oh, you yelled at me when I touched the stove. Oh. Yeah, okay. So this man is... got a case of the crazies. But you know, if my clock didn't work, my stove were broke, my bed squeaked, I'd be crazy too. Also, living entirely alone for several years, that might not help. These are robites. They are not strong, nothing to freak out about. I believe... well, I can't talk about that yet. The one thing you want to do, besides enjoying the music, is make sure you get in a fight with an enemy called a stray cat. That's all. So I'm just going to mosey around here until it happens. First time's the charm. I'm going to show you the throw command with Shadow. Throw commands always hit targets that are visible, and always ignore defense. So you can do decent damage with them. You can throw all sorts of crap that you're carrying, but I would recommend sticking pretty much exclusively to, you know, the stuff that is cheap to throw. Because the shurikens are strong enough. Like, doing 400 damage on level 12 is pretty good. And you've seen these guys. Alright, and Sabin gained a level, which is kind of nice. Wouldn't have been a terrible idea if that happened earlier. As I've mentioned before, it's kind of nice if you get Sabin to level 15 by the end of his scenario. It doesn't have to happen, but it definitely is nice. Oh, the Imperial base. Have you heard with Purd? 10 points. Yeah, nobody seems to like Kefka. Oh no. General Leo is the guy that the traitor in South Figaro dined with. You doing your job well? No, sir! Okay, so he's not friendly. So General Leo's respected. Oh, okay. And now those two characters will die, now that they've become real humans to you. I don't know how this many guys could possibly topple a castle like this. I guess it is falling apart. A lot of people enjoy this music. Meet Cyan, everybody. Cyan in the Japanese version, but that's not as good a name. Courage and strength of 100 men. Metaphorically, of course. He's approximately the same strength as the rest of the characters in your party. Take out the commander. I love it! A coup d'etat, as it were. You got it. Now, you don't have to let their commander have it. You can go and clean up absolutely everybody who's raiding the castle. You'll go through a couple potions, though. You'll note we have no magic users, unlike the other chapters. So healing is done entirely through your items, which can sometimes be a bit of a crunch. Cyan's special skill is Sword Tech, where he charges up a gauge. You'll note there were 4 on that side, now there are 3. So yeah, the gauge fills. Depending on what level you're on, you'll learn more sword techs, and they do different things. He learns his next one at level 15. Dispatch is nice. You don't get to pick your target, but it does a fair bit more damage, and is your worst nightmare. Retort, his second one, is kind of cool, so I'm just going to use it. Looks like nothing happened? Wrong. You made him mad. Boom. Headshot. If you're sure Cyan's gonna take a hit, Retort is your best friend. Unless you already have a best friend. We can endure this siege forever. I'm not really sure why they can wait them out indefinitely. Typically, sieges are not great for the castle. But I guess as long as they have a healthy water supply, they're set. Now, you can loot the Imperial base a little bit. There's a couple good treasures in here. Okay, can't open this treasure chest. You can kick it, hit it, or leave it. Or beat it. I'm gonna hit it. If you kick it, you'll get attacked by the dog. Oh! No, it's a cat! That was too close. And now we got a star pendant. Will keep us safe from poison. I'll give that to Shadow as a token of my appreciation of how long he will be around. And we'll give Sabin the black belt, which is one of the best accessories, pardon me, relics in the game. Makes you counterattack when you get hit. It's very nice. You should put one on. Okay. So that's their strategy. I guess it's good we figured this out now that we've established a base. Ah. You have a conscience. And morals. And compassion. Values. Oh man. And making it a compliment to the Emperor at itself. A fine leader. Well, I guess this really nice guy is gonna have to leave. Alright, that was General Leo. I personally enjoy this enemy. Or, I enjoy this line in the game. Because you could view it as kind of CSI. But, it's a pretty adequate summary, too. Yes, Kefka, you would be what we call a character foil. Wheaton's Law. Well, glad he didn't see us when he walked right by. How bad is Kefka? Kinda bad. Oh, okay. And now we're in a fight with Kefka, so now seems like a good time to end the video. I'll see you all next time.